Just going over my pre-market game plan headed into tomorrow's session. And as I go along, I'm pretty much just going to go over the daily recap on, what happened for each stock today and what was my game plan coming into today. So I'll keep it simple, keep it easy, and keep this short. So starting with SPY, right? Overall, pre-market game plan, right, was as we knew, we're gonna avoid this no trade zone for obvious reasons, right? We don't want to be a part of that. So we were looking for a pullback long or a break and retest over the 664.55 targeting, right? Previous all-time highs. Well, now it's previous all-time highs. And that's exactly what happened today, right? That was the game plan, right? Break, retest over the 664, targeting all-time highs. Now, coming into tomorrow, right? Now we're looking for pullback longs to continue with this name, right? The trend is your friend is a very real thing. So we do have red folder news tomorrow, so anything can happen, right? News invalidates technical analysis, so just be prepared for that. But coming into tomorrow's session, looking for a pullback long now off this previous all-time high, this 667.35 targeting, previous day high, or right, a break, retest, and then continuation to the upside on SPY, right? I doubt we're going to fall all the way back down here, right? But we do have red folder news, so it's our job to be prepared. But just in case we do, right? Just in case we do, we're still not looking to short this name. We'll be looking for a pullback long off this level, continuing to the upside. Qs, right? Same thing. Coming into today's session, we said, all right, we are hands off anywhere in here, right? This is a no trade zone, low probability setup. We don't want to be in here. Yesterday, right? I said, if we can hold over the 600, we can definitely see all-time highs, and that's exactly what happened today, right? We tried to do that on Monday, right? As we push into all-time highs, we fell today. Classic break, retest, continuation higher. Now we made all-time highs. So coming into tomorrow on Qs, right? We're looking for a pullback long off this previous all-time highs, targeting previous day high, or a break and retest over this previous day high, looking for continuation higher. If we are heavy tomorrow, right, we can wait for this to get filled, right, pull back long to the upside, targeting all-time highs and the previous day high, right? That's exactly what we're looking for. We are not looking to short this, right? The only time we're looking to short the SPY or the Qs is when we break market structure on the higher time frame. But as you can see on the daily, right, we are still moving higher, right? We got a candle close, barely, right? A candle close above this all-time high, previous all-time high. So now we're going to look to see if the 602 can now break, turn into support, and continue higher. Tesla, right? Beautiful. This was textbook. So coming into today, I said if we can get a break and retest over 44420, we can move all the way to the upside. Why? Because as we know, with Tesla, when it runs, it runs. And what I like about Tesla is it could consolidate for 2 days, for 3 days, for even a week. But once it breaks out, it makes up for its consolidation period. So, like I said, the last 2 days, right? Tesla was just cooking up. And we were using this as resistance, finally broke, turned into support. So this was textbook today, right? Break, right? Good displacement, pullback, right? If you were able to get in here, you would have sat through a little bit of consolidation, but beautiful breakout to the upside. This is definitely 100% return, right? Beautiful. Now, what are we looking for coming into tomorrow? Easy, right? Now that we finally got over this, right? Price is continuing higher. So what does that tell us? We're not looking to short this name. It's trending. It's bullish. The overall market is making all-time highs. We are not looking to short this name, right? Once Tesla gets over this 466.25, we're definitely targeting, right, these all-time highs. Clear shot. So coming into tomorrow, right, we're looking for a pullback long off this 457.50, targeting the top of this range is 466.25, or a break, right? Retest of this 466.25 and continuation higher, right? These are two high probability setups that we're looking for. I doubt we're going to fall all the way down here, but just in case we do, right? This is a no trade zone, and you can look to go long off these levels down here at the bottom of the range. But we are not looking to short this name, right? Now we're just looking for pullback long entries. So the two key levels coming into tomorrow is this 466.25, right? Break and retest above there, or pullback long off this 457.50. AMD, right? Beautiful trade. Ended up taking this today, right? Resistance, right? Turn support. That's simple. Now, on AMD, finally, right? We got a daily candle close above this 162.05. We didn't get that for almost a month, right? We finally got that. Now, what am I looking for on AMD, right? either a pullback long off this 162.05, right? Or as you can see, the A plus trade here is a break, retest, and a long entry off this 164.75. I've been saying this for the longest. This is the A plus trade because if we can get a break and retest over this level, there's nothing in in AMD's way, right? Clear shots above. That's what we want, right? That's a high probability setup. So coming into tomorrow, right? Once again, we are not looking to short this name. If we fall back under here, right, we're just clearly right back in this channel, this no trade zone. So we're only looking for pullback longs off this 162.05 or right break and retest over this 164.75. This is the A plus trade. I really like this because if this sets up, not only right are we over the previous day high, we're also over this key weekly right resistance level. That's a strong level there, right? So if we can get over that, there's nothing in this way to the upside, clear shots above. So I definitely will be watching AMD tomorrow, just as I was today. AMD, I'm sorry, NVIDIA, right? Textbook. This is what we were looking for coming into pre-market, right? A pullback long off this 184.50. Let me zoom out here, right? This was a weekly resistance level, right? Weekly turn to support, right? Classic break, retest. Beautiful, beautiful bull flag right into this level to the upside. Now, I really want to break this down a little bit because the game plan here was a pullback long off this 184.50. That played out beautifully. One of my favorite setups, right, when you're looking for pullback long entries is when we fail. This is my favorite. The reason for that being is when we fail, right, and we get that reclaim, that is showing that buyers are 100% in control, right? Now, the reason I say that is because if you look here, right, I just want to break this down a little bit. If you look here, we got that pullback long. If you would have entered here, right, this is a valid trade, right? You probably would have got stopped out. Buyer stepped in aggressively here at the 642 candle, right? Probably would have got stopped out. After buyer stepped in here, we actually pushed all the way up to 185.50, right? That would have been a solid entry. But the reason that the fail and the reclaim are my favorite setups is because I can assure you there were some traders today who said, okay, we just made all-time highs. We fell back under this weekly resistance level, support level, right? Now they're trying to catch the reversal, right? That's what most traders do, right? They're trying to catch the reversals after all-time highs. They're trying to time the top, but they are not realizing that, right? They are a part of this bear trap. This is a bear trap, and when they get caught in this and they sell out of their position for a loss, they are part of that squeeze that is fueling this move back to the upside. So this is beautiful. Like these are one of my favorite setups when I'm looking for pullback short or long entries. Is when we actually fail that level, reclaim it, and then move to the upside. And as you can see, right, it was not the best price action at open. As soon as we felt this, we reclaimed it, right? Break, retest here at 706, clean price action all the way into previous day high and made a new all-time high. So coming into tomorrow, right, we are looking for a pullback long entry off this 184.50, right? That is a key support level now, as we can see, or a break, retest, and a long entry here, right? Anything else in between here, we are hands off. We're only looking to take trades off our key levels. So that's going to be this 188.15 or a pullback long off this 184.50. Now, the reason I have this saying wait for proper displacement is because, right, you don't want to be a part of a fake out. There's no levels above this, right? Because we're at all-time highs. So I'm only looking to go long with a good displacement on a breakout because that's going to show me buyers are still in control, right? Now we get that retest and then we can look for the upside. But if we get a weak breakout, I'm pretty much hands off there. I just don't want to get caught in a reversal or in a fake out. But these are the two key levels we want to watch coming into tomorrow, looking for continuation to the upside. Apple, right? So Apple's pretty much it's consolidating a little bit, right? It's stuck in between this 257.35 and this 253. Clearly, right? As you can see, right? This 250.85, this is the key level, right? This is the key level. We pulled all the way back here during the after hours, right? Buyer stepped up during the pre-market, push price all the way higher. So we are not looking to short this name. We're not that far from all-time highs, right? We are very bullish on this name. So, right, we're only looking for pullback longs on Apple. So coming into tomorrow, obviously this is going to be the no trade zone anywhere in between here. We're looking for a break and retest over this 257.35 targeting all-time highs, right? Or a pullback long off this 253.90 targeting the top of this range and all-time highs. So these are the only two key levels that we're looking for. And if we fell under this, which I doubt we will, but if we do, right, we're not going to look to short this. Now we're just going to look, right, for this pullback long entry off this key level targeting the upside. If you go here on the daily, the reason I like a long over this 257.35 targeting all-time highs is wicks do the damage, body tells the story. So we broke above this, right? But we still have not gotten a candle closure here on the daily, right? So this is still a key level that we're looking to take a trade off of. So if that sets up, that's something I'm definitely watching on Apple today. I know some people took Apple to the upside. I was not able to get that just because, as you can see, right, we got this break over 257.35. We pulled back, never held, and we continued to the downside, right? Classic, right? Break, retest to the downside. So this is a key level that's being respected. I was looking for this for buyers to step in, targeting the high of day and then all-time highs, but clearly we never got that. So those are pretty much the three key levels that I'm looking for here on Apple. Last, Palantir, right? Like we said, anywhere in between this range, we are hands off. This is a no trade zone because clearly, right, if you zoom out here, that's just a channel. What happens today, right? Classic break, retest, continuation higher. That's beautiful. Now, coming into tomorrow, A plus setup here still is a pullback long off this 184.50, targeting the upside. Why? Because clear shot to all-time highs, right? Clear shots to all-time highs if we can get that. So if that sets up, right, you can look for that. You can look to hold this until all-time highs. I mean, previous day high, scale out there, and then hopefully price can continue into this all-time high push.